Thank you, Rasa. Thank you very much for that introduction. Good evening, and it's so nice to see quite a lot of known faces here. After a long time, I'm joining you all. So when Lal and Russell both asked whether I can come and I can share some experience, I thought, yes, why not? This is a time that all of us need some sort of a different way of thinking. Uh, with all these challenges we have in our hands, and we go to work or wherever we go, things are different. The world is changing. So we need to really find out how we can go ahead and then still reach success. So he was expecting me to talk much on entrepreneurship, but okay, let me go a little beyond that and then see entrepreneurship plus what else can be everybody do. Some people can be working as employees, some of us may be working as entrepreneurs or in businessmen or else industrialists or whatever you call it, and some of us may just say, I'm retired. So let's talk of something that all of us can get involved, because this is something that none of the management books talk about. I have not seen this, what I'm going to share with you, in any of the management books. So that's the very reason I thought, okay, this is something to do with entrepreneurship plus what all of us can use, whether we are an entrepreneur or not, to create a much better world for all of us. Now, I will ask you one question, but you don't have to answer it. Try to find the answer within you. I'll ask the question, what are you doing? If I ask the question, what are you doing? Just try to think of the answer you are going to give, but don't give it. So once you have that answer for what are you doing, the next question I'm going to ask you is, why are you doing that? So I have been asking this question from many people. What they say, when I say, what are you doing? They'll say, I'm a mechanical engineer, I'm the chief engineer, I'm the accountant, I'm the finance manager, or the HR manager. Then all sorts of positions I used to hear. Then the next question when I ask, why are you doing it? Then they say, of course, I need to do a job. I have to support my family. I have to make a living. So these are the questions, these are the answers that I've been typically getting. And that's the whole problem even in the country. That is what we have to really keep in mind. The answer to the question, what are you doing, depends a lot on really our achievements and the country's achievements as well. Now, for an example, if somebody asks me, what am I doing? Am I to say I'm just a chairman of KIT, or am I to say I'm a mechanical engineer? There's much more beyond that we need to really think of. Because if you answer the question, I need to support a family, I need money, that's why I'm doing the job, or that's why I'm running a business. If that is the case, is money the purpose of we being active? Is money the purpose of our doing a job? That's something that we need to really think. Because generally we are used to think we do a job to make money. If that is the case, I would never have become an entrepreneur in my life. Because in my last employment, I was very well paid. Money was never a problem. That's one of the best paying jobs I had in my life. And at that time, probably today, I would have been one of the best paid employees in this country. So money was never a problem. Then why did I leave that job? And then almost started with nothing. So that itself shows money is not everything. Money is not the cause. Money is not the purpose for which we are really working. Then what is the purpose? And that is what we need to really find out. Why I left my employment and started was not because of money. If it was for money, I would never have left that job. Because I couldn't have got that income for so many more years after I left that job. I knew it. But still, I was in pursuit of something else. I was looking for happiness. I was looking for fulfillment. I was looking for being empowered without influence to work on my own. And those were the things I was after. I was after happiness. So all of us in our lives, if you really think, recently I put some post in the Facebook also asking, if you are poor and having, if you are poor and happy, or if you've got a choice of being a billionaire and being miserable, what is your choice? So there were lots of answers, and many people, of course, said yes, we prefer to be poor, but then be happy. So that's the type of answers I got in the Facebook. But anyway, to tell you the reason, now see, if the purpose of our doing a job is to make money, it's like my telling you the purpose of making a car is to burn fuel. Are we making vehicles to burn fuel? Is that the purpose of a vehicle? No. But fuel is needed. Without fuel, you can't go from A to B. For us to travel from A to B, you need fuel. But the purpose of the vehicle is not to burn fuel, but to go from A to B. Same way, the purpose of our being employed or our being doing whatever we do is for some sort of a purpose, and that is what we need to really find out. When we are in this journey, we need money. Definitely we need money, but it's like for a vehicle to move from A to B, you need fuel. Without that, you can't move the vehicle. So if we need fuel to move a vehicle like that in our lives, we need money to move. We need money to go forward. But then making money should never be the purpose in our lives. You can see the fate of people who have been going after money. They never were fulfilled. They were going after money, collecting millions and billions and billions, and all of a sudden get caught to a blast or something, or they pass on to the next world, leaving everything behind. So that is why we need to really find out why we are working. So when I asked this question from an accountant, I asked him, what are you doing? He said, I am an accountant. And I said, why? To make a living, okay. But then, why are you an accountant? Why should this company keep you as an accountant? Then he was saying, okay, well, I have to make the balance sheet, I have to pay the taxes on time, I have to pay the salaries, and a whole other job description I used to hear. So like that I kept on asking various questions, why are you doing that? Why are you making the balance sheets? For what? And he was like, no, that has to be given to the tax department. I said, again, for what? What happens if you don't give it? So like that, after many days of questioning the person, finally this particular person who was in charge of a big network of companies having accounts departments in various things, he was the head of the accounts, he finally realized what he is doing is strengthening the credibility of this organization whilst ensuring the growth, a sustainable growth. So that little sentence, which was virtually less than 10 words, he managed to summarize whatever he is doing into less than 10 words. So same exercise I did with, again, a person who was in charge of HR. So this guy, when I asked him, he said, we have to pay salaries, I'm making EPF, I'm doing this, that, a whole lot of things in HR. Finally, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you making the salaries on time? What happens if you don't pay? So like that, I kept on asking questions. Why should you pay EPF? Why should you pay ETF? Why should you make attendance? Asking all these questions. Finally, he said, okay, what I'm end of the day doing is I'm ensuring a fulfilled and a productive workforce. And that was his core responsibility, and that is the result that he had to produce. So this is something that we really don't understand most of the time. We in this country are not trained to think of the result that we have to produce in any of the positions. And this is why this country had been poor. For the last 72 years from the time we got independence also, we had not been going forward to think about it. Think about a country where the finance minister understood that his responsibility is to make sure that this country has economic growth, and we ensure the credibility of this country always. If the steps necessary had been done by that ministry, what a change country we would have been like that. If every minister understood exactly the result that that minister has to produce, what is the change he will really experience. So when this type of responsibilities are understood by a few people, and later when I was having a discussion, I said, how do you feel after you understanding the responsibility? All of them said, I felt energized. I never felt tired when I'm doing the job. I never felt stressed because it's my passion. I can be happy because I can see the results I'm making. I enjoy doing what I'm doing because now I understand the results I have to make. So this is a little thing which I have unfortunately not seen in any of the management books. And this is entrepreneurship. In other words, producing results. An entrepreneur cannot survive if he does not produce results. These basic principles of producing results. You are responsible for producing a result. You are not responsible for making documents. You are not responsible for making letters or reports or anything. End of the day, what is the result that you are going to produce? And this is what really matters. So with this little short message, I thought I would give a very, very short speech today for the simple reason. I saw a huge, very, very busy schedule for the entire day. But this little thought, I'm leaving with you, start asking questions, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing it? And then try to find out the result you are going to make. Whether you are an employee, whether you are an employer, or even if you are retired. Especially if you are an employee, one thing you have to remember, if you are going to produce results, you have to be empowered. And if you are an employee, and if you cannot convince your bosses to empower you fully, then you have a problem. If you are an industrialist, no problem. You can still find out. If you are an entrepreneur, yes, we can still find out the reason. But if you are an employee, and if your bosses are not going to empower you, you need to do what I did. Just say bye to the job and get out. Either join some other place or start on your own. Go after your passion. Try to see that you are happy, you take your own decisions, you go forward, and you know the results that you are going to produce. You can never fail. So thank you very much, and I wish you the very best in all your endeavors.
Thank you very much, Lalit, for the very inspiring, short message. I told you time is not going to be a positive, but anyhow, you get it and mainly to sow the seeds of the concept. I can assure that we will be calling upon your expertise later on. So
Sure.
we will be as plans to develop a partnership also alongside engineers, and definitely we will be drawing on your expertise and capability. Thank you very much once again.
Most welcome.